Has anyone ever opted to just sit back and watch your friends or someone you know act stupid? Well, I have. Over the years, I found that by just sitting back and watching and laughing is a lot easier than getting in trouble with authority images, friends, or parents. So I agree with Yogi Berra when he says, you can observe a lot by just watching. I was able to observe and just laugh when it came to senior year and a lot of people in my class were planning a senior prank. Of course, we're all going to just camp out on the lawn and just have a nice sleepover, but then some people decided to take it over the edge and do things while we were there that they shouldn't have been. And of course, our vice principal decided to get mad, and the people who participated in the prank got in more trouble than what it was worth. And so I actually thought it was a great idea to just sleep instead. And so I got the better end of the deal on that one. And then I also think it gets you in less trouble with friends when two friends are fighting over something stupid. Instead of just sitting there and agreeing with one and then talking behind the other's back, you just stay neutral and you just tell them they need to work it out, but in front of each other. So then you're not choosing sides or participating in either of their games. And this helps just by letting you know and everyone else that they can act stupid, but it won't affect you. And lastly, I feel that it's easier to just sit back and watch people in your family, for instance, because my brother, he doesn't ever do anything my parents say. He just sits on the couch all day, plays video games, and he's older than me. And he's constantly just making my parents mad. And so I think by doing what they say and not following his example, I actually get the better end of the deal because my parents like me more and they end up buying me more things than him. And he always wonders why, but you should know. So overall, I think that it's easier to just sit back and watch others do bad things and participate in it, and you kind of get entertainment out of it anyways. And
Okay, you have an okay rhetorical question to get started with. Your quote is pretty clearly introduced. It sounded a little bit like you're previewing before you really get to your thesis statement, but we know generally where you're going. I thought the content of the speech was nicely developed. There's not a huge amount of detail on each of those points, but same sort of thing I was saying to Lee a second ago, and that is that when you get to the end of each of those points, you're not belaboring it, you're not stretching it. You say, that's the thing I wanted to say at this particular point, and then you move on to the next one. And I think that works really well. It makes the speech easy to follow, and you sound more confident when you're speaking as well. On the presentation issues, we'll pick on you a little bit. You do the Superman pose the whole time you're giving the speech. You know, you're a little sugar bowl. You know, you got your hands on your hips the whole time. And that looks a little funny. So you don't do much gesturing as a consequence, and I'm just thankful you didn't have pockets to plunge your hands into, though, you know, because we've had that a couple of times. I thought you had excellent audience contact. You do a nice job talking to the audience and trying to engage and looking out at everybody while you're speaking. Your voice is very fluent while you're speaking to us, so I don't see any problem there. On your third point, you seemed a little lot more animated because you're talking about that thing with your brother and how your parents like you better, and you kind of smile and laugh at the very idea there. So you actually seem a lot more engaged there. Before it's a little more esoteric. Here it's a little bit more personable, and I thought that that worked pretty well. Sorry, that's my timer going off here. You know, and except for the tag right at the end of the exit, it was pretty good. All right, thank you.